don't force the mistake yourself. And that's all right. Still a good hitter's count, 3-1. Find your pitch. And even if this next pitch is a strike and you don't really like hitting it, if it's in a cold spot of your zone that you like to hit, just let it go by. You still got another pitch to hit. It's still a good count.
54 degrees. Here's a blast to center field. Up in the air, racing in from center is Tyler McHouston. He will make the play, and that'll do it for the first 1-0 Blue Devils after one. They leave the bases loaded, but one does touch home plate. Once again off to a nice start in first innings, now outscoring opponents 31-19 in the opening inning this season. So we'll head to the second when we come back. You're watching Blue Devil Baseball on LTSN. Welcome back to Blue Devil Baseball on LTSN. Rosen hits a ground ball through the hole into left field, and he'll get on base to kick things off.
Wichurkowski did not pick up where he left off. Struck out the last two batters of the first inning to get out of that somewhat of a jam with runners on second and third. Now allows the leadoff runner to get on.
Jason Ross Jr., Chase Kaufman, producer Ali Hadi, our wonderful LTSN crew, back in action for game number 2 of the day. Blue Devils walked off number 1. Credit Sean Fannin for that. Improved to 28-11 on the season. This is a Blue Devils team that got off to a start and pumps momentum and energy into their team back in the fall. One of the top offensive teams in the WAC going up against one of the, if not the worst, defensive team in the WAC in Cleary. This team began in the fall with 3 convincing series sweeps of Roosevelt, Trinity International, and Miami Hamilton. It gave them an 11-0 start. Slowed things down a bit when they picked it back up in February. It was a 2-4 start. There were some cancellations. Went 9-7 in March, and now in April that has been very kind to them at 8-2. And they're up 1-0.
Wind really starting to blow from left to right now, huh, Jason?
Oh, yeah.
It's getting there. Jeez. I think it's supposed to be getting a little warmer, though, right now. So
Cleary doesn't have many lefties to take advantage of that, though.
Sean Fannin that did not face him.
Yeah. It was a shot right to right. They throw back to first, but climbing back there is Rosen in time. Relatively easy play in the outfield for Fannin.
Right on cue.
Yep. So now it'll be Ammons, the third baseman. Another right-hander as we get towards the bottom of the order for Cleary. Pitch counts are relatively high for both pitchers in the first. Can they settle things down here in the second? Sherkowski, a power pitcher, fastball is what he'll, for the most part, love to go to, 85 to 90 range. He'll mix in the changeup, slider, curveball. And according to hitters, they'll tell you that his fastball kind of explodes on you in the last 15 or so feet. Competitive guy, and that's what head coach Stan Eldridge loves.
Just like Matt Blanc doesn't think anybody's better than him when he's on the field.
Swing and a miss there. And there's that 1-1 count going to 1-2 in favor of Wojciechowski.
Blue Devils they were able to just get through last game only using 3 pitchers, Blanc, Gall, and Schmidt.
That's lifted off to the lefts over the protective netting.
Some pitchers that Eldridge said might be used this game now would be Caleb Homan, Sam Brace, and Simon Lidwell, and hopefully their closer David Klug if they were to get that far.
The ideal situation.
Daniel Amos just batting 188 coming into this morning.
This is fouled back.
Jason, I feel like we could have caught that one if there was no screen.
Yeah.
Or windows.
Last season, head coach Stan Eldridge led this Blue Devil program to 25 wins. That was the most in the brief history of this program. Nearly doubled the win total from the inaugural season. And they were led to their first ever WAC postseason tournament. Quickly, they're to a point where the WAC postseason tournament feels like a norm.
Mm-hmm. Heck, they almost look like one of those favorites heading into the tournament right now.
Currently second in the conference at 9-4 after today's Game 1 win. Coach Eldridge, the first, obviously, coach in program history now in his 3rd season, was hired back in January of 2015 as that pitch is bounced off, a gritty at-bat developing here. It was almost a 60-plus year layoff for Blue Devil baseball. And now Coach Eldridge in his 4th season, but his 20th year in the collegiate ranks. Previously coached at Siena Heights, Adrian, Michigan, a team that the Blue Devils beat last season, Division I Michigan Wolverines, and that was a big stepping stool for this program. No one expected that. Still fighting things off in there as Ammons, but this is a team that's hoping to develop, and this is a series that they hope to go 2 for 2, and that's what the experts feel they can do coming into this one.
Taking a look around the league, UNOH just defeated University of Michigan Dearborn 7-2 in a battle of 8-4 teams, so interesting matchup there. Game 2 getting underway as we speak.
Bouncer to short. 1. Can they get 2? Just slightly off the mark. So 2 down. Top of the 2nd. Blue Devils up 1-0. This will be Tyler McHouston in the 9 spot. As Cleary looks to clear that here in the top half of the frame.
And meanwhile, University of Madonna just defeated Aquinas College 12-7, so no upset there.
You mentioned that previous game, one of those 8-4 teams going down, so that was a big game. Blue Devils will see UNOH to close out this season as the bunt is laid down. Rolls back, they fire to first, and he got him. So that'll wrap up the top half of the seconds. And Blue Devils still lead it 1-0. We'll head to the bottom of the frame when we come back on LTSN. Welcome back to LTSN. Vandergrohe up to bat in the 8th spot for Lawrence Tech. The right-hander fouls off the first pitch.
Colin taking the spot of Max Cadman this game, stays right in the 8th spot, but will hit in the opposite batter's box, a righty. Typically the 1-2 punch for the Blue Devils, the Cadman-Vandergronden trio. Or duo, I should say. Colin batting .259 this season. 5 RBIs. Couple doubles. Now waits on the 1-1 from Garner.
This is it to second. They fire to first. Nice job to pick that out from Rosen at first base. This Cleary team only had 6 non-conference games to work with due to 19 cancellations, and that kind of set them behind the 8 ball in terms of getting the season going the way they want. Losing streak against, that was a win coming into the series, obviously, against Siena Heights. The Blue Devils took game 1 earlier today. 4 freshmen, 10 sophomores, 17 juniors, and 10 seniors on this Cleary roster.
Speaking of some conference play, Indiana Tech, the top team in the WAC, taking on Rochester in a doubleheader today. So the top team against the bottom team in the standings. Logan Grizel at the plate, taking over for Nick Allen. Stays in the 9th spot and will stay in between first and second, playing second base. He did come in to pinch run for an inning last game.
Full count. That will soar over the protective netting into the 5th row. One out here, Chase. And you mentioned Indiana Tech at the top of the conference.
Mm-hmm.
Blue Devils in second. As the payoff pitch will walk Allen to first base. And, you know, you mentioned that Indiana Tech team at the top of the conference right now, ranked 22nd in the country. That's a rivalry that we've seen bleed into really LTU sports and throughout all different your variety of sports, basketball, now both women's and kind of men's a bit, bowling, and Chase, you're on the bowling team. And I guess how would you describe that this season?
It's a respectful rivalry, I would say, and probably across the board in most sports it is.
Yep.
As that one's Sales behind Dubkowski behind him. Grizel heading to second. But yeah, we both know we're the best 2 teams in the conference, and I think that it just makes it a little more respectful knowing that each other knows that we're both always there for each tournament. I feel like it kind of bleeds in other sports that way too. I mean, you think about other sports, collegiate sports in general, other teams. It's the same way for those rivalries as well. Auburn, Alabama, you know, they both, I would not necessarily say they respect each other, but they both know they're two pretty good teams. And they respect that they are good. Split the conference regular season with them, and we beat them in the finals for bowling in the conference tournament. So that was a plus.
Yeah, Blue Devil women's basketball team wasn't at the top of the conference this year with them, but still played some very tight and competitive games against Indiana Tech, and we certainly circle that matchup on the schedule moving forward, along with next week's Wednesday matchup versus Madonna for this Blue Devil team. Here's a meeting between Cadman, Garrett Lerner right now for the Cougars.
Harry Storch coming up. He had the single back in the first inning for the first hit of the game. Harry Storch has been quite an offensive power this season. He's batting .371 coming into today. And last season, he only had 16 at-bats. Did well in them, 7 for 16, .438 average. But now that he's an everyday player, he's proven himself to maintain one of those everyday players. He hasn't been an everyday player all the time this season, though. These last couple weeks, he's really solidified his place at shortstop. Last games, 2 for 4 against Saginaw Valley, 1 for 3 against Rochester, 2 for 3 against Rochester, 1 for 4, 2 for 5. And that 2 for 5 game is where his first start was to maintain his starting role.
Runners on first and second. 2-2. Bounced up the middle. He'll step on the bag for 1. Fire to first for 2. So big play to wrap up this bottom of the second inning. As Cleary is able to escape that jam. Still just 1-0 Lawrence Tech. They leave a couple stranded there. We'll head to the top of the third on the other side of the break. So, Chase, that wasn't Logan Grizzle. That was on for... Welcome back to LTSN. Top of the third inning now. And Wichurkowski back on the mound for the Blue Devils. Was able to get out of a jam in the first. Easier second. And now into the third.
Averaging 17 pitches an inning so far at 34. Like to get that one down just a little bit. Maybe average more closer to 13, 14 an inning. Quick worker, though, as is most of the pitchers on the team.
You have that rule of trying to get a pitch in every 12 to 13 seconds. When a guy is feeling their rhythm, oftentimes you see their confidence grow when they're working quickly like that. Another fun week of Blue Devil athletics ahead on LTSN. We'll have softball for you on Thursday, baseball again next weekend.
Joey Verche at the plate. Joey went 3 for 4 last game. Did score a run as well.
Great leadoff hitter.
That's what you want as a leadoff hitter, someone to get on base.
Yep. And he shoots one into right field. That's just inside the line. He's going to hold up at first. So once again, Joey Verche gets on base, gets the high five from his first base coach. Takes off the padding, And now he'll look to advance.
Solid day. 3 for 4 first game, 1 for 1 this game with a walk. On base percentage, definitely going to shoot up a little bit.
Anthony Leclay, another right-hander in for Cleary. Blue Devils won the first game 5-4 on the Sean Fannin walk-off as he's rung up there for a strike looking. Softball won today against Indiana Tech. Speaking about that rivalry, that won 5-1. They're now in the bottom of the fourth of their second game of the doubleheader. They're tied at 0.
Verche off on the pitch.
Right to Fannin in right field.
Just about to say, Verche, not much of a speed threat. Just 1 for 3 in the year on stolen bases. Took off there, though, on that hit and run.
And sticking with the Indiana Tech rivalry, Lawrence Tech women's lacrosse also was down there today. They lost 14-13, so a tight one there. But the Blue Devils softball team trying to pull out a 2-for-2 day.
Blue Devils and the Warriors met in the first doubleheader of the season in conference play here at Jimmy John's Field. Ended up losing both, but they're 2 pretty close games.
One out. Runner on first. This Cleary team competed in the USCAA last year. Lost in their second game of the Small College World Series. Their softball team, though, actually won a national championship last season, and they're off to a really nice start. Defeated the Blue Devils a couple of weeks ago. This is a shot to right field, hooking foul.
Garcia, the right fielder, maintaining his spot in right. 1 for 3 in the first game of this 2-game doubleheader. Had that big double in the top of the 8th to drive in 2 runs. Ultimately went on to score 4 runs in that inning. Two and two now on Garcia.
Garcia in the 4 spot for Cleary.
Garcia popped out to first in his first at-bat. One nothing game so far due to a wild pitch back in the first inning. And that one seals in the dirt as I say wild pitch. Tigers, meanwhile, still down 4-3, bottom of the 8th there. So not looking great for them unless they can make a comeback just like the Blue Devils did. Meanwhile, Brooklyn up on Philadelphia in the NBA playoffs by 13.
How much time left in that one?
4.5 minutes left to go there.
I have my Nets shirt on under my jacket right now. So go Nets.
Ooh, off on the pitch.
In the right field. Garcia, who has started every game this season in the lineup, will advance the runner to third. Snyder on the corners with one out. This Cleary team doesn't look like a group that's 8-17. I mean, they look confident, as Carl Kling told us before this one, and they were very composed when they went down 3-0 in game number 1. And plays like that, made by the third baseman Daniel Garcia, could perhaps lead to some pressure once again on this Blue Devil team.
Yeah, it seems like their mistakes that they make are just big mistakes. The errors, the throwing errors, the wild pitch got in a run. A lot of their errors are just almost too big to conquer. And it's been showing us apparently 6th in in Division 1 in errors, 2.5 a game. They had 3 last game.
I believe they're last in the WAC in that category. Wichurkowski 50 pitches in the second time that he's facing runners in scoring position. That one is high and outside. Garcia, the third baseman from Mexico, the latest to get on base for the Cougars. 1-1 pitch. Garcia goes, slides in safely at second, and now they're both in scoring position. Blue Devils up 1-0. But Wichurkowski facing some pressure here. They were able to climb out of the jam in the first inning. Orange Tech at 28-11 on the season after the Game 1 win.
Definitely a much-needed win here again if they want to solidify one of those top 2 spots in the WAC. Be able to host a couple playoff games.
Difficult part of the order to go through here. Hoogerheide now in that 4 spot. So he's looking to clean things up.
Did strike out in his last appearance.
Yep.
Wind still blowing left to right. That one just misses. Bases loaded. Meanwhile, Jason Tiger Woods making a run. 9 under, just 2 shots back of the lead.
They had a really nice start yesterday. Wichurkowski with a team leading 28 walks on the season. That's been one of the issues for him this year.
And again, with the power, you need that command as well, or otherwise the power is useless. And he's got command, just obviously a little more would be nice.
So they walk the cleanup guy, and now in the 5-spot fish bomb, always an area where you like to have a guy who can hit. You don't want just it's the other team to be able to pitch around that 4 spot. Fish bomb 0 for 1 on the day. This is his biggest spot so far on this Saturday afternoon. A brisk 54-degree day. Wind blowing from left to right in the outfield. Bases loaded. Blue Devils up 1-0 with 1 out. Top of the 3rd. This is bounced to short. Over top the head of the shortstop, but gathering it there. Third baseman, rather, gathering it there at 3rd. And then the runner does touch home plate, so it's now a 1-1 game.
Sheldon Ruzan stepping up to the plate, singled in his first at-bat. Later called out at second from a fielder's choice from Ammons. Wind's really starting to pick up here. You can see the flag out in center. It's a good day for some home runs, as we saw in the first game. Ruzan 0 for 4 in the last game, though. Struck out, reached on an error, a fly out, and a ground out. So all the above.
2-1. Big cut there from Ruzan.
Two down now here in the top of the third. Cleary already with 1 run on the board. Looking to make it more with the bases loaded, but Wachowski trying to work out of a jam.
So DiMarino up to bat now, 0 for 1 on the day.
Flew out to right field in his first at-bat. Still hitless today. Went 0 for 3 in the first game. Did reach on a walk, however. Advanced to third, did not score. Grounds one to the left side. And Storch makes the easy play, tosses it to Roth for the third out of the inning. So Cleary does score 1. Doesn't score any more than that, though. But they do tie it up. Head to the bottom of the third, where the Blue Devils will try to take that lead back. This is the home for Lawrence Tech Sports. Sean Fannin will lead us off here in the bottom of the third as they try to take back the lead from the Cougars. Sean singled back in the first inning. Ended up being the lone run so far as Larner works back as Fannin fouls one back. Not much room between the stadiums and some of the cars. I'm always afraid a car's going to get hit at some point. I'm sure it's already happened before, especially in the league that plays here during the summer, the United Shore Professional Baseball League. USPBL.org or .com, one of the two. Go and look that up. It's always a fun time to come out here. Check out a game. Pretty cheap tickets. It's a lot of fun. 2-1 to Fannin, make that 3-1 now. Fannin, back in game one, went 3 for 4, picked up an RBI, a stolen base, an infield hit, a run. Takes a strike on the inner half of the plate. Full count now to Sean. And that off-speed pitch just misses inside, so Fannin takes a base on a 6-pitch at-bat. And the first baseman, Jackson Walkowiak, will step up to the plate. Jackson taking over the cleanup role here in Game 2. Switches with Brian Corbett. Just about everything. Corbett was the cleanup hitter playing first, and now Walkowiak's the cleanup hitter playing at first. Beautiful, sunny, but windy day here in Utica, Michigan at Jimmy John's Field. Jackson walked in his first plate appearance. Made it all the way to third. Stranded there, as well as Corbett at second, Roth at first from a pop-up from Luke Bushy with 2 outs. Pickoff move over to Fannin. Nothing there. Walkowiak, the lefty, takes a strike to make it 1-1. Still nobody down. Fannin, the runner, at first. Ball high, 2-1 now. Outfielders, normal depth, as well as the infielders. Nothing too alerting. The righty sets and delivers the lefty. Fannin fakes a move, heads back to first. Fannin can steal a base if need be. 7 for 9 on the year for stolen bases. But with nobody out, we'll see if he ends up going or not. Does not go on this pitch either as Walkowiak fouls it back to the screen. Walkowiak, 18 for 34 when the leadoff batter gets on. But swings and misses there, make that 18 for 35. So 1 down here in the bottom of the third. Cleary scored a run back in the top of the third. It was the leadoff hitter, Joey Verche, singled, followed by Daniel Garcia, who singled, and then a walk and another single brought him in. And that's how we're at here today at a 1-1 game. Blue Devils not really taking as much offense as Coach Eldridge probably would have liked them to before coming into today. Fannin's off on this pitch, swing and a miss, throw down. It looks like it got him. Yes, it did. So a poor pitch to go on, a fastball. And Hoogerhide behind the plate made the nice one-hopper throw down to second to get Fannin just in time. And now we have 2 down. So Fannin's 7 for 10 now on steals this season. Hoogerhide showing off an arm there. And Corbett did swing and miss at that. Probably a hit and run call, but to no avail there. That one misses as well. 2-1. Corbett grounded into a fielder's choice back in the first inning. Harry Storch was called out at the plate. Corbett did go 1 for 3 in his first game with a walk and an opposite field single. He went too far there, 2-2. Tried to hold up, couldn't do it. Larner really starting to settle in here. The 2-2 outside, 3-2 now. Jared Roth waiting on deck, see if he'll hit this inning. Full count, 2 outs. Larner sets and delivers. And Corbett swings through and misses one there to put the inning away. Blue Devils threaten with the leadoff single, but while Koyak strikes out, Corbett swings and misses, allowing Fannin to be called out in the hit and run, and Corbett eventually strikes out. So Larner faces the minimum 3 pitchers. We'll head to the top of the 4th here at Jimmy John's Field in Utica, Michigan. This is the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. Daniel Ammons will lead us off here in the top of the 4th as Alec Wierchakowski tries to get back on track after allowing a few singles, a walk, and a run the last inning. 2-1 now, though. That 2-1 pitch, that 1-1 pitch rather, very important. Three-one swung on, 3-2 now. So good job of getting back in this count to work it to a full count now. The 3-2 missed outside. He lost him. A lot of base runners so far for Cleary today. Actually out-hitting LTU so far 5-2. Much like last week against Rochester, Rochester out-hit LTU in the first game 12-7 or so. LTU did end up taking the win, but just interesting to show that LTU is batting 100 points better than Rochester, and Rochester just out-hit them one game. We're starting to see that right now against Cleary. 0-1 now to the center fielder, Tyler McHouston. Tyler hit a soft grounder right in front of him to the catcher. Shows bunt, pulls it back, gets away from Vandergronden. Throw down, won't be in time though. So the wild pitch gets away from Vandergronden. And Ammons will move up to second, the leadoff runner. One misses inside. Tyler, as I mentioned, 0 for 1 in this game. Also went 0 for 4 last game. A couple strikeouts, a flyout, and reached on an error. Ended up scoring off that error. 2-1. Misses low. 3-1 now, Alec. His command really starting to go away. We do have a couple arms up in the bullpen. Scratch that, just one arm. Bullpen empty on Cleary's side, rightfully so. Larner having a pretty solid game thus far. 3-2 now, though, on that swing and miss by McHouston. The 3-2 misses low. He lost him again. So back-to-back walks now for Alec Wichurkowski. And we're going to head to the top of the order now. Not what Eldridge wanted to see. I'm sure Wichurkowski did not want to see that either. Joey Verche, 1 for 1 in the game, but has reached base twice. Scored a run, walked in the first, singled back in the third. Also had a solid first game, 3 for 4. That one gets in the zone. 0-1 on Verche, the shortstop. Ammons the runner at second, McHouston the runner at first. Nobody down. Cleary with 5 hits, LTU with just 2. And Cleary also with 4 walks on the day. So they got a lot of base runners. Verche lays one down, a good bunt. Not able to make it to first in time, but he does move up the runners to second and third. And now make that 1 out. So that won't go into the books as an out, just a sac bunt. So a nice play by him, does his job. Moves the runner up and lets Anthony Leclerc try to do the work here. Anthony's 1 for 2. Single back in the first and a fly out back in the third. Center fielder shaded a bit right. Wichurkowski's first offering misses just outside, 1-0. Wind still blowing left to right, hasn't stopped all day. I don't expect it to as well. One all swung on, 1-1. Fans bundled up, jeans, sweatshirt weather. Couple blankets I see out in the crowd. This place should get more packed as the weather decides to clear up and become a little warmer. Mid-April, still 50 degrees. Popped up, left side. Third baseman Jared Roth under it to make the play. 2 down now in the top of the fourth. No infield fly rule called there. First base was not occupied, so no force out anywhere but first. Bring up the 3-spot hitter, number 12, Daniel Garcia. Daniel 1 for 3 in the last game with a walk, 1 for 2 in this game with a single. Swung on there, 0-1. Wojciechowski allowed the first 2 base runners to reach on a base on balls. Sack bunt to move up the runners, and then a pop-up to third. We'll see if we can get out of this mini jam here. The 0-1. Swung on, missed again, 0-2 now. This would be a big out here. See if he decides to give a pitch away here. Try to get him chasing. Don't want to make it a pitch to chase too badly to where Vandergraden can't field it. See what he goes with. Fastball again in the dirt, 80 miles an hour. Maybe not a fastball then. His fastball can get up to a little higher than that, but he missed on that one pretty badly in the dirt. That's okay. 1-2 now, though. Long look in. 1-2. Sets, delivers. Ball high. 2-2. Garcia doing a good job working the count back. Started 0-2. Now pushed it to 2-2. Swung on, missed there, strike 3. So Wojciechowski does a nice job getting out of the jam he put himself into, allowed a couple walks to start the inning, got the next 3 outs, sack bunt, pop up, and a strikeout. So LTU still makes it a tie game, 1-1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. LTU will try to take the lead back. This is your home for Blue Devil Baseball. Back here at Jimmy John's Field in Utica, Michigan, Jared Roth will lead us off. The left-handed hitter playing at third base this game. Taking over the spot from Ryan Robinette. Ryan started last game at third. Jared Roth eventually went and pinch hit for Logan Barker. Roth walked in his first plate appearance. Larner trying to get back on track. Well, not back on track, but stay on track as he did last inning. Allowed a single, struck out while Kowiak struck out Corbett, and got Fannin stealing down at second. 2-0 now, though, to Roth. Misses inside, 3-0. Meanwhile, the Tigers game just gone final, lost to Minnesota 4-3. That one was decided. 4-pitch walk to Roth to start off the inning. That'll bring up the left fielder, Luke Bushy. Luke popped out in his first at-bat. That was back in the first with the bases loaded. First pitch in for a strike. Bushy didn't play in the first game. Batting just 175 coming into the game today. Has started 14 games, though. Make this 15 here. So you know Coach Eldridge does believe in him. You don't give a guy that many shots batting 175 if you don't truly believe in him. Luke, a freshman out of Frankenmuth, Michigan. That pitch misses outside, 2-2. Coach Eldridge believes that Luke Bush will play a huge part in this offense in the next 3 years, hence why he's still a close to everyday starter. Off goes Roth, and he slides in safely. A bit of a mishap down there at second. Couldn't field it cleanly in time. Now we got a full count here for Bushy with a runner on second. This one hit high into left field. LeClay camped under it, puts it away. So Bushy works the count back to 3-2, but can't do anything with it. And Larner gets the first out. Catcher Colin Vandergronden will step up to the plate now. Colin grounded to short back in the second inning. Colin was a late signing out of high school. They signed him just a month before school actually started. Coach Eldridge believes he has the strongest arm in their catcher group. But he pops this one to the right side, foul ground. Ruzan giving chase, won't get there. Drops just between him and Garcia. So 0-1. 0-2 rather. Coach also said offensively his strides that he's made this season have been phenomenal. Batting .259. Couple doubles on the season, as well as 5 RBIs. Swung on and missed there. Power swing there now makes it 2 outs. And it's going to be up to Logan Grizel to drive in that leadoff runner. First pitch sails in for a strike for Larner. Larner still working well. Allowed the leadoff runner to get on in 4 pitches. Came back nicely. Got the next 2 outs and starts with the first pitch strike here. But that one misses on the outer part of the plate. This pitch lined into center field, but will not drop as Tyler McHouston makes the nice run over there to put away the inning. Blue Devils threaten with the leadoff runner but do not score. We'll head back to the top of the 5th as Cleary tries to put up another run on the board. We'll be right back for the top of the 5th. This is the home for Lawrence Tech Baseball. Couple catchers at the plate right now as Ian Hoogerhide leads off the Cougars. First pitch sails in for a strike, and Alec back to making quick work, but misses the next one high, 1-1. Ian, 0 for 1 today, has a walk. One just misses the outside corner. Misses as well. Ian did walk in his last plate appearance. We'll see if he does it again here. 3-1 now. Lost him there. 5-pitch walk. Alec moving up into the hundreds in the pitch count. Gonna get a courtesy runner here. Jesse Fishbaum now at the plate, 1 for 2, singled in his last at bat. First pitch misses there. Wojciechowski really struggling with his command right now. Five walks now in just less than 5 innings of work. Still have yet to see Caleb Holman, Sam Brace. We'll see if one of them two hops in on the mound in a couple innings or so. This one gets away from Vandergronden. And Hoogerhide advances to second. Eliminates the double play opportunity now for the Blue Devils. Wojciechowski sets the 2-0. Misses again, 3-0. Have a good feeling if he can't find the strike zone again in this at-bat or plate appearance, that it's going to be, that'll be the end of the day for Alec. 3-0 misses outside. He lost him again. So back-to-back innings with back-to-back walks to start the inning. I don't see anybody coming out of the dugout just yet. And here he is. So presumably that's going to do it for Wichakowski. Didn't have his best stuff on the day. Had a couple of command issues throughout the game. Gave up 5 hits, 6 walks, but was able to get out of the jams when he needed to most. So all in all, still a pretty solid day. Just 1 run given up. Not counting the 2 runners on base yet. So he'll give off to his teammate. We'll get a quick pitching change, and we'll be right back. So Caleb Homan for the Blue Devils will try to clean up the mess that Alec Wichakowski had left. Misses pretty far inside in that first pitch, 1-0. Homan, one of the better pitchers on LTU's roster. 3.6 ERA, 4-1 in 9 appearances. 30 innings pitched. 2-0. Coach Eldridge described Homan as the righty version of Matt Blanc. Doesn't throw overly hard, but he can command his pitches well, which is really what the Blue Devils need right now that it's 3-0 though. Had a bit of a medical issue back in the fall. Now he's 100%. He has the ability to pitch in one game or in all 4. That one usually described as a 3-0 strike there. It's the lower part of the plate, 3-1 now. Sheldon Ruzan at the plate, 1 for 2 today, a single and a strikeout. The 3-1 swung on, fouled back. Hoogerheide, the runner at second. Scratch that, actually. A pinch runner at second. Can't tell who it is, but I think it's Erwin Guel. And then we have Jesse Fishbaum, the runner at first. Breaking ball at 69 misses. So he lost him there. So back-to-back-to-back walks for the Blue Devil pitching staff. And still nobody out. Overall today, the Blue Devils haven't done really anything well. Fielding's been all right. However, their hitting hasn't been where they'd like it to be. Just 2 hits in this game so far through 4. Pitching-wise, struggled with command pretty much all day. Matt Blunk did a really solid job in his first innings of work, but then once the 8th inning came around, he started to struggle a bit. And ever since then, we've seen a lot of walks. A lot of walks, a lot of innings, a lot of singles. One and one on Gino DiMarino. He is 0 for 2 today. Doesn't have a hit today or in this game. Nice breaking pitch there to make it 1 and 2, the all-important pitch. So Holman tries to get out of this jam. It'll start here with Gino DiMarino. That one misses outside, 2 and 2. Vander Granden doing a good job covering the plate, making sure nothing gets past him to allow a run. 2-2, misses inside, 3-2 now. Someone is throwing out an LTU's bullpen just in case Holman doesn't have the stuff today. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, fouled back. Would have been a strike call. I know Coach Eldridge always says he doesn't want pitchers just trying to throw strikes down the middle of the plate, but heck, right now that's kind of what they need to do. 3 walks in a row, a couple walks last inning, a walk before that. Command issues all the way around right now. The 3-2, nice breaking ball, but DiMarino does a nice job getting a piece of it. The 3-2 once again. Swing and a drive, left field line foul. A lot of pitches so far this at bat. However, Holman doing a good job continuing to throw strikes in battle. The 3-2 again. Move to second, doesn't throw. Pinch runner at third, Fishbaum the runner at second, Ruzon the runner at first. Still nobody out. Top of the 5th inning. 3-2 again. Swing and a drive down the left field line. Fair ball. 1 run will score. Fishbaum rounds third. He'll be sent home. He'll score with these. And a great at-bat from DiMarino there to drive in 2 runs. I believe that was the 10th pitch of the at-bat. And now Cleary leads this game 3-1. And still nobody out. So Ruzon only advanced to second. DiMarino at first now. And now the third baseman, Daniel Ammons, is at the plate. 0 for 1, fielder's choice, also has a walk. Ball high. That one sails in for a strike. 1-1 now. Center fielder Dobkowski shaded a bit to the left. Fannin a little bit left from where he typically is. Infielder's normal depth. That one misses low. 2-1. 395 to dead center, 315 to left, and 320 to right are the distances from home plate. And Daniel Ammons trying to do something here with no outs. Hits one right in between first and second. They're going to send the runner home. Ruzan, the throw in from Fannin will not be cut off, but Ruzan does score easily. So another hit for Cleary to make it a 4-1 game. DiMarino did advance to third on the throw, and Ammons picks himself up an RBI. So the first 5 people now on base for the Cougars. Still nobody out. Runners at the corners. Fresh count. First pitch misses high. 1-0. Holman sets, delivers, swung on, fouled. 1-1 now. Tyler McCuson at the plate. Tyler walked in his last plate appearance. 0 for 1 in this game. Runners at the corners. DiMarino at third, Ammons at first. Nobody down. We'll see if anybody's on the move. Nobody is, but that pitch just misses. Two and one now to McCuson before we get back to the top of the order. That one misses as well. 3-1 throw down to third, not in time. Still someone slowly working in the bullpen, probably ready to go if need be. That one just misses inside. He lost him again. Bases are now loaded once again with still nobody out. Holman's pitch count really getting up there and still has not recorded an out just yet. That one just misses outside. Tight strike zone right now. Joey Verche now at the plate, top of the order. Just 3 batters left to bat through the order, in fact. 1-0 down the middle, strike one. Bases loaded. DiMarino, the runner, at third. Ammons at second. McCuson at first. Bunt attempt pulled back, and they got the third base runner and a rundown. Runner from second to third, and the runner from first to second. So Gino DiMarino, the runner at third, was headed home. He'll be called out on the play. Ammons ended up advancing to third, and McCuson advanced to second. So good heads-up ball by those guys to make sure to advance once DiMarino got caught in that rundown. Typically, when you're in a rundown, I would probably say 90 to 95% of the time that guy ends up getting out anyway, so you might as well take the chances, the other base runners, to take that base while the fielders are focused on that lead runner. Now there's the force is now out of play. Runners on second and third with 1 out, 1-1 count. That one misses low, 2-1. Before this at bat, Holman is at 25 pitches and has only thrown 10 strikes. 2-1 now. Misses high, 3-1. This is a long, drawn-out inning so far, and still just one out, and that was on the base paths. This one, fly ball hit to left field at the edge of the warning track. Caught out there by Bushy, but DiMarino will tag up and score from third to make this game 5-1. So a solid job there by Verche to hit it deep enough into left and allow DiMarino to tag up and score. So an RBI goes to him. Anthony Leclerc now at the plate with 2 outs. First pitch misses high. If Homan can get out of this jam now, I wonder if he'll be back out next inning just to keep it going. Start to get back to his normal self right now. That pickoff move not in time. Give him a fresh start in that 6th inning maybe. One and 0 popped up center field. Dobkowski under it and puts it away for the 3rd out of the inning. The Cougars get these first 6 hitters on base. Score 4, now lead 5-1. So the Blue Devils are going to have to do some work here. They haven't done much offensively all day. Down 4, headed into the bottom of the 5th. We'll see if they can do just that. This is the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. Bunt shown, pulled back by Eddie Dobkowski. Gonna have to get some runners on base here if they want to get back into this game right now. Dobkowski chops one right in between third and short. So the leadoff man is on for the Blue Devils, and that's just what they needed here in the bottom of the 5th. First hit of the game for Dobkowski, 1 for 2 now. Actually, Dobkowski's first hit of the day. Has reached base a couple times today, but those were both walks. First pitch into Storch just misses 1-0. Strike zone definitely tight right now. That looked pretty close. 1-0, hitting the left center gap. This one's going to drop. This will get to the wall. Dobkowski rounding third. He'll be sent home. He's going to score for sure. And Harry Storch stands in at second for a nice, easy no-out double, bringing in Dobkowski to make this game 5-2. We're going to get a quick mound visit here from the coach. We'll see if that'll be it or if it's just a word. I assume it's just going to be a word. Bullpen, I believe, just started warming up. Just going to calm down. He's done really well so far, Larner has, other than those 2 last hits. So we'll see what Sean Fannon's going to do here. Maybe jump on the momentum. So Sean Fannin already 2 for 2 in this game. Steps up to the plate with a runner on second. Harry Storch and nobody out. We'll see if Fannin can repay the favor to Storch and get Storch across the plate as well. Larner now at 91 pitches. So we'll see how much farther he goes, and that's not including the few pitches he threw to end the last game. Fannin 3 for 3 against him, a home run and 2 singles. See if he can make it 4 for 4. That pitch sails high, 2-0. Wouldn't be surprised if he just tried to pitch away from him here. He's 3 for 3 against him, nobody's out. And with just a runner at second, the force is nowhere to be seen except for first. So maybe they'll pitch around him and just let him take his base. That one sails in for a nice strike, though, at 72 miles an hour. Two and one popped up sky high. Second baseman DiMarino is under it and has a little bit of trouble, but puts it away. So 1 down. Jackson Walkowiak steps up to the plate. The left-handed hitter facing the righty. Swings and misses at the first breaking pitch. Walkowiak, not much difference between a lefty and a righty pitcher. Small sample size against lefties, 375, 3 for 8. But against righties, like in this situation here, he's batting 377, 23 for 61. So a really solid season from Walkowski. Good numbers across the board in every interesting statistic category. Hits this one into left center field. This ball's going back, but Anthony Leclerc able to camp under and put away the second out of the inning. That'll leave it up to Brian Corbett to try and drive in Storch. Corbett 0 for 2, fielder's choice and a strikeout. And that pitch must have hit the lower outside corner for strike 1. 0-1 now to Corbett, 2 down. Storch the runner at second. Corbett soft grounder to third. Hustles it out but cannot get there in time. And that'll be the third out of the inning. So Dobkowski leads it off with a single. Storch comes back, hits a deep double to left center field, scores Dobkowski, but that was all the Blue Devils could score. They're down 5-2. We'll head to the top of the sixth. This is the home for Lawrence Tech baseball. Holman still on the mound for the Blue Devils, going to try to pick up where he left off. And that's Garcia who bunts one down the line, a perfect position. A great way to start off the inning for the Cougars. Ian Hoogerhide, the catcher, will be next up to bat, the cleanup hitter. He's walked in his last couple plate appearances, struck out in the first inning. Oh, and 1 on Hoogerhide. Pickoff move. Almost got him, not in time. Five to 2 here in the top of the sixth after a 4-run inning for the Cougars. Went walk, 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 single, single, walk, and then a sac fly to left. That's how they got their 4 runs. A nice off-speed pitch there. 0-2 now. Garcia can steal if he needs to. 7 steals, 9 attempts, 0-2. And he's not off. He fooled me even. 1-2 now. Giveaway pitch there from Holman. Nobody currently working in the bullpen for the Blue Devils. Couple guys loosening up in Cleary's bullpen. Soft grounder to second, and Grizel cannot make the play. And Garcia's trying to advance to third, and he'll get in safely. So an unforced error, if you will, there by Grizel. Could have been a double play, but couldn't field it cleanly. And now, instead of at least 1 out and a runner on first, there's runners at the corners with nobody out. Jesse Fishbaum will now step up to the plate with runners at the corners, trying to get something going here. That one misses 1-0. Hitting about the 2-hour mark now in the second game. Fouled back to the screen. 1-1 now. And Fishbaum fouls that away. Hoogerhide was on the move there with runners on first and third, but now it's 1-2, nobody out. One and two now to Fishbaum. Homan takes a long look at first. Foul tipped into the glove for strike three. So good job getting that first out. Now a double play would end the inning if they were happen to do so. Sheldon Ruzan will step to the plate. Again, a walk in his last plate appearance. First and third. One down. Ruzan with just one hit today. Has reached base a couple times other than that with a walk and an error. First pitch, a called strike. Wind really blowing out to left center now, or right center rather. Pickoff move to first, and he got him. What a quick move there from Caleb Homan to make it 2 outs now with just a runner on third. And I believe that was a pinch runner too. Didn't notice. And instead, we got 2 outs now. That pitch just misses 1-1. So a bit of new life for the Blue Devils, it feels like, after that quick out. If they can get out of this inning here without allowing a run, they'll still be down 3 runs, which is definitely possible to make up with 4 innings left to go. That pitch misses 2-1. Two one swung on and missed at 78 miles an hour. Here's the 2-2 to Ruzan. Ball high. Runner on third is Garcia. 2 down, full count, the 3-2. Swung on and missed. Got him swinging there. Blue Devils hold the Cougars to runners on first and third. Get a nice pickoff move from Homan to get the man out at first. Ruzan strikes out to end the inning. So the Cougars threaten but do not score. The Blue Devils will try to tie it up in these last few innings. This is the home for Lawrence Tech Baseball. 1-0 to start the bottom of the sixth. Jared Roth at the plate. Grounds one really short in front of him. But a nice play made there by Hoogerhide to get him away. One down. Luke Bushy at the plate now. Nice breaking pitch there to Bushy. 0-1. Do have a pitching change on the mound. Erwin Guel steps in, takes over for Larner. Bushy hits one to third, picked up there by Ammons, and puts it away. So 2 quick outs here for Guel. And the catcher, Colin Vandergronden, will step in. Couple quick ground outs, to be exact. Colin 0 for 2 this game in the 8 spot. 1-0, a breaking ball hit between short and third. And Vandergronden will advance to first on a 2-out single. Now to the bottom of the order in the 9th spot, Logan Griselle. 0 for 1, a walk today. Courtesy runner for the catcher is number 9, Sean Marshall. Marshall, as spoken by the coach, one of the 2 quickest base runners on the team. Excellent defender in the outfield also. Just needs to improve at the plate to get a few more chances to be on the base paths himself. This one chopped to first, bobbled a bit. No problem though, as it's tossed back to Guel for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Blue Devils get a 2-out single but do not score. We'll head to the top of the 7th as they try to hold Cleary to 5 runs still. We'll be right back. This is the home of Lawrence Tech Baseball. Caleb Homan back out for another inning of work as Gino DiMarino steps into the plate. 1-1. Gino 0 for 3, or 1 for 3 rather. Singled back in the 5th in that monster inning they had. Also scored a run. Caleb Homan just needs a quick inning here. First inning, obviously, or the first inning he pitched, not great, obviously. And then the last inning, the first 2 runners were able to get on from a single and error. He's already nearing 50 pitches, so he just wants a quick inning here. 2-2. It's a DiMarino. Got him swinging there. So that is the key to a start of a good inning. That's 3 swinging strikeouts in a row for Homan. Now he's starting to get back on pace and really be that pitcher that Coach Eldridge described him as. Oh, and 1. That one fouled back. 0-2 now. Now it seems as if the Blue Devils really starting to find their stride back on the defensive page. Now they just got to do the same on the offensive side. 1-2. Again, Cleary, not a great pitching team. They have a team 7.47 ERA before today started. There's another swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts in a row. So really, in reality, the Blue Devils should be able to out-hit the Cougars pretty soon. Just a matter of when. Bottom of the lineup, Tyler McHouston now. Oh, and 1, or 1-0 rather. That's a nice pitch there at 72. Drops in for a strike. 1-1. 1-1 in for another strike. So just a pitch away from making this a pretty quick inning. And Tyler must know it's been a quick inning. He takes a step out on this 1-2 pitch here. Ready to work is Homan. Misses just outside. See if he goes back to that same pitch. It's been pretty effective this inning. Shakes off the catcher, the 2-2. Swing, not a swing and a miss, but got him looking. Tyler wanted it at first, had a late break to it, hit the outer edge of the plate. And Caleb Homan, 5 strikeouts in a row. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Stand up at home if you're bored. 7th inning stretch time. LTU is going to try to get on the board here in the bottom of the 7th. This is the home for Lawrence Tech Baseball. hits him on the first pitch, top of the order. And the leadoff runner is on base. Dobkowski taking it like a man. Heads down to first. So Harry Storch steps up to the plate. This is the exact situation they were in just 2 innings ago. Wachowski just gets in there safely, or Dobkowski, rather. Storch doubled to drive in Dobkowski back in the 5th inning. We'll see if he can do the same thing here and cut the deficit to 2. First pitch to Storch misses, 1-0. Another pickoff attempt. Still not in time, but close. One 0 to Storch. Ball high, throw down to first, not close. Storch is batting 10 for 24 this season with runners on. .417 average. He's batting .318 against righties. Really solid season. Long look in, the 1-1. Ball outside. Here's the 2-1 now. That's a good pitch, 2-2. Storch, couple hits today, also grounded into a double play. First game he also had a single and a walk. Pickoff move, not in time. Here's the 2-2 now to Storch. Softly grounded down the third base line, picked up foul though by Ammons. Still 2-2, nobody down. Storch at the plate. Dobkowski the runner at first. Keep an eye on Dobkowski here, see if he decides to take a base. 14 for 19 on the season. Does not go. Storch fouls one out of play. That one's headed towards the parking lot. Two-two. Soft toss over to first. Keep Dobkowski close. It's the 4th throw over now. 5th if you count the throw down to first from the catcher. Two-two again. Storch pops one up. Second base. Now the right fielder, Daniel Garcia, will call him off and make the play. 1 away. Makeup with Madonna scheduled for Wednesday at 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock. That'll be played at Madonna. I believe they live stream their games as well, so we'll be able to watch that. Dobkowski takes off to second on the ball in the dirt. Slides in safely. A nice heads-up baseball play there. ran right on the pitch as soon as he saw it hit the dirt. So a good play there to put a runner in scoring position for the power hitter Sean Fannin. Meanwhile, next Saturday they'll be taking on Concordia at home. Have a couple days off, or have a day off on Sunday. And then they'll be taking on Northwood, at Northwood actually, on the 24th. And then that weekend on the 27th and 28th, they'll play against University of Michigan Dearborn at home. And they'll be at Northwestern Ohio to finish it off. So a really big weekend there that could decide some playoff seedings for sure. 2-0 now to Fannin. Misses outside, 3-0. Fannin 2 for 3. Popped up to second base in his last at bat. 3-0. We'll see if he has the green light here. 1 away. Dobkowski, the runner, at second. 3-0 misses high. He walked him. So the tying run now at the plate for the Blue Devils, Jackson Walkowiak. Walkowiak hitless in this game. First pitch misses outside. Walkowiak did walk back in the first inning, struck out in the third, flew out in the fifth. Did get on in the very first at bat today with a single. That's been his only hit so far. Walkowiak playing at first. That pitch does hit the outer part of the plate, 1-1. Walkowiak is batting .367 with runners on. See if he can drive one of them in here. 1-1 misses low. 2-1 now. Two and one now from Guel. Misses just inside. Walkowiak almost went too far, but nonetheless, now it is 3-1. It's a good hitter's count here. We'll see if he can do something with it. Second baseman on the grass. Rest of the infielders in the dirt. Second baseman now on the edge of the grass. The 3-1. Misses outside. He lost him. Bases loaded now for the Blue Devils. So 2 walks in a row, and a couple batters before that. Dobkowski was hit on the first pitch. So we'll get a mound visit here. Not sure if they'll take him out. I don't see anybody warming up or running out to the mound. So it looks like they're going to have to stick with the guy on the mound right now. So it looks like we have a courtesy runner over at first. Dobkowski remains the runner at third. Fannin still the runner at second. And it looks like Tyler Childs. No, not Childs. Can't tell who the runner is over at first right now. but it is not Jackson Walkowiak. 1-0 though. It's Adam Mansfield over at first, one of the speedier runners on the team. So the 1-0 now to Corbett. That one just gets in there, 1-1. Corbett's been a really good hitter this season. We'll see if he can do something now with the bases loaded. Just 1 out, down 3. One to Corbett. Fouls it back. Well, now working out of the windup with the runner on third and the bases loaded. So nobody really with the chance to go anywhere. Good stat for you here. Brian Corbett this season is 500, 4 for 8 with the bases loaded. He's going to try to make that 5 for 9. Dobkowski at third. Fannin at second. Mansfield at first. That ball misses high. And I guess you can say inside it went over his head. 2-2 now. Two now to Corbett. Bases loaded, 1 out. The pitch. Misses high again, but a lucky bounce there. It went over Brian Corbett's head, bounced right back to the catcher, and Dobkowski couldn't go anywhere. A nice play just to hold up and only get a few extra feet after the secondary lead. Otherwise, he would have been probably thrown out back at third with how quickly that ball came back to Hoogerheide. Full count now, 1 out. Bases are loaded. Brian Corbett, who is 4 for 8 with the bases loaded, is at the plate. Guell working out of the windup. The 3-2. Breaking ball misses. He lost him. Lawrence Tech dugout starting to get back into this as well as the team in general. Coach Klein coming out to talk with the umpire. Not sure what's going on right now. But with that walk, Dobkowski comes in to score across the plate. Makes it a 5-3 game. Fannin moves over to third. Mansfield, who's pinch running for Walkowiak, makes it over to second. And then Brian Corbett walks to first, and we have a fielding change right now. So a new left fielder is coming into the game, and Anthony LeClay, who was in left field, gets a different glove, and it looks like he's going to take over on the mound. So while everything gets wrapped up and we get a couple warm-ups here, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. So a new pitcher on the mound for the Cougars. First pitch in for a strike. The new pitcher is Anthony LeClay, so they did the double switch. They brought a guy out into left field. Actually, a triple switch if you want to say that. The left fielder went to center field. And I don't know what happened, but Anthony LeClay is on the mound right now. Oh, and there the ball gets past the catcher. Fannon's coming in. And he is safe. Game now 5-4 in favor of the Cougars. And looks like the pitcher went down on the slide. Maybe got hit in the leg. I think he got hit in the leg on the slide, and I'm going to have a trainer and a coach come out real quick to check him out. Corbett moved up to second while Koyak to third. Clay just taking a couple warm-up pitches, making sure he's all right. And he looks to be all right. So now the situation, runner at second, runner at third. The runner at second is Brian Corbett. The runner at third is Adam Mansfield. He courtesy ran for Jackson when Jackson made it to first on a walk. And Jared Roth is at the plate. And it looks like we actually got another courtesy runner coming in for Brian Corbett. Try to figure out who that is from afar. Number 20-something. Not sure who it is, but we got a pinch runner on second. So here we go again, 1-1 to Roth. Ball misses outside, 2-1. Runners on second and third for Roth. Just one down. That's Logan Barker out at second now to pinch run. Two and two now after that breaking pitch. Here's the 2-2. Swung and hit to the shortstop, a hard grounder. But a nice play to scoop it there by Joey Verche. Haven't said his name too much in the field today, but he just made that nice play there to put the second out away. Luke Bushy now at the plate. It's going to be up to him to tie up this game. First pitch to Bushy, in for a strike at 66 miles an hour. It's a slow one there. 5-4 in favor of the Cougars. Barker, the runner at second. Mansfield, the runner at third. Both courtesy running right now. Bushy at the plate, the 0-1. Swinging a high pop-up. Runners are on the move. Verche under it to put it away. So the Blue Devils had the bases loaded, was able to score a run after that wild pitch, had a guy in second and a guy in third. Roth grounded to short, and then Bushy couldn't do the job either. Popped up to short, and the Blue Devils still down 5-4. We'll head to the top of the 8th where the Blue Devils tried to hold the Cougars where they are. This is the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. Caleb Holman back on the mound, has 5 strikeouts in a row, misses that one high there. Joey Verche, the shortstop who recorded the last 2 outs back in the bottom of the 7th, steps at the plate. That pitch misses high as well, 2-0. Verche singled back in the 3rd with a run scored. A couple of sac plays back in the 4th and 5th. That one misses high as well, 3-0. He had a sac bunt back in the 4th. And that had a sac fly to score a run back in the 5th. He's having himself a pretty solid game. 3-0. Misses high again. All 4 pitches miss way high. Not a good start there for Holman. Anthony Leclay steps in now. Now at pitcher. He's popped up or flown out in his last 3 at-bats, all back in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th innings. 1-0 to him. Shows bunt, pulls it back, throw it on the 1st, not in time. Verche, we've already mentioned it. Not too much of a speedy threat. 1 for 3 stolen bases this season before coming into today. Two-0 misses inside. 3-0 now. That's 7 balls in a row from Holman after striking out the last 5 batters. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here if he walks him right now. Shows bunt, pulls it back, strike 1. So 3-1 now. Verche, the runner at first, the 3-1. Hits the inner part of the plate, strike 2. Holman doing a good job working it back to a full count, down from 3-0. Do have someone warming up in the bullpen for LTU as well as Cleary. Soft grounder behind him. Still 3-2. Top of the 8th inning here. Cleary leads 5-4. Cleary scored 1 in the 3rd. Foul tips that one. 1 in the 3rd, 4 in the 5th. LTU with 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 5th, 2 in the 7th. And have left a lot of people on base today. Three-two, got him with the breaking ball. 69 miles an hour, drops in for a strike in the first out in the top of the 8th here. Homan getting back on track to where he was last inning. Struck out the side in the 7th. And we'll get to the 3-hitter, Daniel Garcia. Jackson Wakoyak back at first for Mansfield after a courtesy running. One down now. Verche still the runner at first. Garcia, a couple hits today. He had a bunt single to lead off the 6th. That one fouled back to the screen. Oh, and 1 now to Garcia. Throw over to first, not in time. Much cleaner game here from Cleary in Game 2 as opposed to Game 1 where they had 3 or 4 errors. Now there's nothing on the board in the error column. That pitch misses in the dirt, 1-1. Cleary still out-hitting the Blue Devils 7-5. One line to center field. And Verche is going to head over to third. Cut off by Storch to keep Garcia at first. But now they got runners at the corners with just 1 out. And after coming back to score a couple runs in the 7th, you do not want to give up any more runs here. And that's going to be all for Homan. So Homan did a pretty solid job after that 5th and 6th inning where he struggled to get in the zone. Had 5 strikeouts in the 6th and 7th inning, another strikeout in the 8th, but allowed a walk and a single in this inning. So we're going to get a change here while he warms up. We'll be right back. Ben Schmidt will take over here in the top of the 8th inning. Gets a swing and a miss there. Runners at the corners. Caleb Homan left those guys there after having a really solid 7th. Allowed a walk. Struck out McCall looking, or Leclerc rather, and then Garcia singled. That pitch just misses inside 1-1. Schmidt with a 4.74 ERA this season. Hasn't started any games, but has appeared in 13 of them. Good middle reliever, 1-1 record, 19 innings pitched. Strikeouts and walks both at 12. Here's the 1-1 to the catcher Ian Hoogerhide. Pickoff attempt not in time. Ian with a couple walks on the day. Also reached on an error. Schmidt steps off, takes a breather. This one hit into center field. Dobkowski under it. Runner from third will tag and score to give Cleary another run and make it a 6-4 lead. So the Blue Devils lose a run that they just gained back in the 7th. Now they're back down 2 runs. Runner from first, Garcia did stay, but Hoogerhide gets credit for an RBI and a sac fly. Runner on the move, Garcia, throw down, is in time. So that strong arm there from Vandergranden shows, and LTU gets out of the inning, only giving up 1 run out of that mini jam. So LTU will try to get that run back in the bottom of the 8th. We'll be right back on the Blue Devil Sports Network. Colin Vandergranden will lead off the 8th inning. Shows bunt, pulls it back, called strike. Colin decided to show off his arm there in the top of the 8th and catch Daniel Garcia stealing. And now he's going to have to show off his bat. 0-1 misses outside, 1-1. Colin, 1 for 3 today. Singled back in his last at bat, back in the 6th. Swings and misses at that offering there, though. This one grounded between short and third. And a nice piece of hitting there by Vandergronden. That's going to be ruled a hit. And the leadoff man is on once again for the Blue Devils. We'll see if they can score a couple runs here. Courtesy runner coming out. That's number 9, Sean Marshall. We've seen him a couple times today. Logan Grizel, the second baseman, now up in the 9 spot. Shows bunt, pulls back, ball high. Logan 0 for 2, walked back in the second inning. Vandergronden, the runner at first. Or sorry, Sean Marshall, the runner at first, the courtesy runner. That pitch in for a strike, 1-1. Marshall just 29 at bats. He's on base. He's 2 for 3 on stolen base attempts this season. So pretty small sample size, doesn't go. Throw back down to third, and he's safe. Missed the tag. Easily would have had him. At least I think he missed the tag because it seemed to, the ball definitely seemed to be Marshall back to the base. So 1-2 now. They did say that Grizel was not able to pull the bunt back, so he'll likely swing away here. And that ball misses high, 2-2. Dobkowski waiting on deck for his chance to drive in a run, possibly decrease the deficit. Ball high, 3-2. One thing I got to say about this Cleary team is even though they're at the bottom of the standings, they've shown some heart. They're a tough team, and they're really making the Blue Devils work for this game, and they made them work for the first game as well. Took a walk-off to win the first game, and there's a base hit into right field. That was a breaking ball that Logan Grizel was able to stay back on and drive into the opposite field. And now we got runners on first and second, and we're heading to the top of the order. Base runners and Dobkowski get the sign from Coach Eldridge down at third. Nobody down. Dobkowski, showed bunt, pulls it back in time and was hit. I don't see a coach coming out of Cleary's bullpen, or Cleary's dugout rather, to come grab him, so looks like we're going to have bases loaded, nobody out. Harry Storch, he's got a couple hits on the day. We'll see if he can get another one here and drive in a couple runs to tie up this game or possibly take the lead. Tying runner at second, go-ahead run at first. First pitch is outside. Marshall, the pinch runner at third. Grizel, the runner at second. That pitch misses outside, 2-0. Dobkowski, the runner at first. So we got some speedy runners on the base paths, and we got a good hitter at the plate. This is definitely LTU's chance. The 2-0. Breaking ball hits the outer edge of the plate, 66 miles an hour. Nice pitch there. Way to command it. This pitch hit into center field, runner on third. Will tag, throw way offline, and LTU brings in the 5th run of the game. 6-5 now in favor of Cleary. So a good at-bat by Storch there to get ahead in the count. Drive one to center field just deep enough for Dobkowski, or for Marshall rather, to tag out from third and bring this deficit down to just 1 run. Grizel stays at second. Dobkowski stays at first, obviously. But Storch will get credit for an RBI there. Sean Fannin takes the first pitch low. Two 2-0 now on Fannin. Still just one away. Grizel, the runner at second. Dobkowski, the runner at first. Good hitter at the plate. 2-0 is low. 3-0. We'll see if Fannin is given the green light here. Strike in there. 3-1 now. Still a good hitter's count. The 3-1. Ball 4 low. He walked him. Once again, the bases are loaded, this time with 1 out. Blue Devils down just 1 run, and the cleanup hitter Jackson Wakowiak at the plate. Wakowiak does have 3 at-bats this year with the bases loaded. He has a single in one of them. This one driven out to center field. This one's deep. A nice catch out there in center field by McHouston, but this will get the tying run in and maybe one more. And that's the lead run there. Such a deep fly ball. Fannin hit that one over the center fielder's head, couldn't make the play. And both Grizel and Dobkowski come in to score, and LTU now has the lead 7-6. Wakowiak drilled that one to center field. I initially thought he caught that ball. That's why I thought it was a tag up from third, and then I saw Dobkowski absolutely hustling across third, and I realized that Wakowiak was just sitting at second. And this one is driven out to center field. This one's back, and this one's off the wall. No, this one is gone. A 2-run shot. What a piece of hitting there for Logan Barker, a pinch hitter from Brian Corbett. And this game is now 9-6. And we're going to get a pitching change now. A 5-run 8th inning. Just like that, the Blue Devils have a 3-run lead. That one looked off the wall to me. I thought it hit the sign, but apparently that one was gone. It must have hit off the back fence, behind the actual fence, and came back and knocked the sign because the sign moved a little bit. That's why I thought it was off the wall. But the Blue Devils, now with a 3-run lead from a double from Jackson Wakowiak and a pinch hit home run from Logan Barker, the Blue Devils now with a 3-run lead. We're going to get a pitching change. We'll be right back here on the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. So Jared Roth steps in the box now. We'll see if they can get a few more here. We do have a pitching change. On the mound now is number 19. That's Andrew Falzone. Andrew comes in with an ERA of 6, 1-1 on the season. 2 games started, 5 games appeared in. That pitch misses inside, 2-0. Andrew, 7 strikeouts, 9 walks on the year. 2-0, fouled back. And it doesn't look like he got it. Couldn't tell. And he did not. So 2-1 now. Two and one on Roth, who has reached base a couple times today, both on walks, one of them on 4 pitches, grounded out the other 2 plays. This one, a high fly ball into center field. McHouston camps under it for the final out of the inning, but not before Jackson Wakowiak hits a 3-run double. And then right after that, Logan Barker with a 2-run shot to left center field. Blue Devils head to the top of the 9th with a 3-run lead. Ben Schmidt looking to close it out. We'll be right back on the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. Ben Schmidt back on the mound, looks to close this game out against Cleary, up 9-6. First pitch misses outside. This one a high pop-up, right side foul ground. Wakowiak under it, puts it away. 1 down, 2 to go for the Blue Devils. First pitch misses. This is Sheldon Ruzan. 1-0. Next pitch fouled back. 1-1 now. That last pop-up was Alexander Lopez, a pinch hitter. One and one now on Ruzan. 1 out for the Blue Devils. Ball in the dirt, 2-1. That pitch hits the outer edge, 2-2 now. If the Blue Devils can hold on here, it'll be a nice couple of wins. Although they struggled early in both games, 2 big home runs got them to where they are now. We'll see if they can finish it out here, the 2-2. Oh, just missed in the outer part of the plate. Full count now. That pitch has been called all day. And all of a sudden, that one is not good enough. Full count, 1 down. Rouzan at the plate. That one gets the outer edge of the corner. 2 away. That one looked just the same as the pitch before it. So I guess a bit of a makeup call there. 2 down now. And the second baseman, Gino DiMarino, will step up to the plate. The last chance here for the Cougars. Blue Devils took game 1 5-4. Lead here 9-6. And with 1 out to go, first pitch in the dirt, ball 1. DiMarino has a single on the day. He's 1 for 4. Here's the 1-0. That pitch misses inside. 2-0 now. Schmidt sets, gets ready, delivers. Pitch just misses high, 3-0. Here's the 3-0. That one's in for a strike, 3-1 now. Schmidt stays at the batter. Now the 3-1. That one misses inside. He lost him. So a walk to DiMarino will put a runner on with 2 outs and bring up Daniel Ammons. Daniel does have a hit in this game. Just a single, though. Also walked back in the 4th. First pitch misses, a little low. This one popped up, left side, shortstop, Harry Storch under it, and puts it away to take game 2 of the doubleheader against Cleary. And the Blue Devils sweep Cleary here in Utica, Michigan at Jimmy John's Field. It was a tough couple of games early on for the Blue Devils offensive-wise, but with a big home run from Fannin in the 9th inning, a walk-off shot off the left field foul pole, they were able to take game 1. In game 2, their 8th inning with 5 runs crossing the plate, Dobkowski, Fannin, Walkowiak, Barker, Vandergroen, all able to score. The Blue Devils were able to take this game as well at 9-6 from a huge double from Jackson Walkowiak and a giant 2-run shot to left center field from Logan Barker. Matt Blunk had a good start in game 1. Little different story from Alec Wichurkowski in game 2. Struggled a bit with command. Same with Caleb Holman, able to come in. Struggled a bit early. Able to come back with 5 strikeouts in a row. And Ben Schmidt was able to finish out game 2. I'm Chase Kaufman alongside producer Ali Hadi and Jason Ross Jr. We thank you for tuning in to this broadcast on the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. Have a good night.